Hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Chris M. Walker. I'm the CEO and founder of legit.com. And today we're going to be talking about how you can make money from a site that is generating calls and leads daily. And start there. All right, what's up, everyone? Let me know when you're on, if you can hear and see me, please. I got a couple of things to get ready before we get into it, but I'd love to know if I exist. So there's that. Something's wrong with my camera angle. I don't know what. Ah, well. All right. So let me do this. I forgot to update my schedule. So decent turnout for us, not even or having just, well, a minute ago, there was a decent turnout. Everybody seems to have dipped now. There's a change in the way StreamYard, the software that I use, is displaying. It's really weird looking, actually. So, yeah, let me go do this. Calling Larry says, Houston ready for launch. What's up, Larry? Always good to see you. Share this over to a few places. Paul says hello. Hello, Paul. Yeah, share this to a few groups as well. And save. It keeps trying to type love. Live now. Muthahir says, Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam, my brother. Smart Daddy says, hi, Chris. Hello, Smart Daddy. Think. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Chat. For those of you that were here at the end of the stream yesterday, that chat GBT thing that we did took like another 20 minutes. So I'm glad that we wrapped up when we did, because that was painful. All right. If anybody has any questions before we dive in, let me know and I will answer them, because that's what you do with questions. Let's see. Dev says, hello, good sir. Mohammed says, hello. Hello, gentlemen. You mentioned updating your schedule. Any tips there? Maybe future content. I mainly mean the thing that I show at the beginning of each stream. But yeah, I'll give you some insight there. Let's turn that black. And we're almost ready. We'll start at about the 7-minute mark. Please, I'm new here. It'd be great to have a review on that last class. So basically, yesterday we were just talking, and we're going to talk about this more today, but we're going to talk about what we're going to do next. And one of the things that people said was a thing on client getting, and we asked ChatGPT, we asked Claude, we asked DeepSeek, and we asked Grok for a good outline of that. And we used deep research or deep search, whatever it's called, on ChatGPT, and it took forever to get done. I'd say it took close to an hour before it got done. So that's basically what you missed yesterday. Alrighty. Let's see. Mohammed, it says, hi, Chris. Calling Larry says, hi, Paul. All right, we'll get started in about a minute and a half. That's kind of been our pattern, is to wait for the 7-minute mark. I don't know why 7. I guess that's the internet marketer in me can't help himself. Because, everything ends in a 7. So let's go over here and let's do an at everyone. Everyone live now. I got 3 calls this morning within 2 of them within like 10 minutes of each, within like 2 minutes of each other, actually. And then another one like a half hour later from the site, from our case study. So that's why I decided today that we're going to talk about how to monetize it. Because 1, I feel bad that people are trying to get this service and just running into nothing. And 2, I'm tired of taking the calls on my phone. So, I mean, I don't take them, but I'm tired of getting them. So people just have to sell a unique service that helps businesses make more money. Don't offer something that someone else is doing. I agree with all of that, except for the last part. It's okay to have multiple things that are similar. It doesn't, I mean, it can be slightly unique, but it can be the same thing. I mean, there's room for Coke and Pepsi, or McDonald's and Burger King, and so on. But yeah, in general, I agree with all that. That's encouraging. Yeah, I know. How many hours do you sleep? Around 10 a night. In fact, I can show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a little out of focus. 9 hours and 59 minutes last night. 10 hours and 17 minutes the night before that. 10 hours and 38 minutes the night before that. So a lot, I guess, but man, it sure works. Digital Bullet Agency says, hi, Chris. Hey, Keith, always good to see you. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so we'll first go through my schedule, and then it's the 5th, not the 4th. And then we will check our rankings. And then we're going to talk about how to make money. I'm trying to sound like Kevin O'Leary when I say that. How do I make money? Anyway, hopefully somebody gets that reference. All right. Today's Think Big principle is number 6. You are 100% responsible for your success. No excuses, no blaming, no waiting for the right opportunity. The moment you take full ownership of your success, and shit that goes wrong, by the way, everything changes. It's not about what happens to you. Things don't happen to you. Things happen because of you. Okay? How you respond and what you do next is what matters. So take responsibility for your success. Even if something's not your fault, it's still your responsibility. So take ownership and watch your life change. Morning routine. Let's put this in present mode. Think big. I practice what I preach. The first thing I do is think about what life will be like when I accomplish my personal and business goals, what I can do today to get closer to them, and how I can do more of that. So that's that. I check my metrics like I just showed you. I do a little bit of exercise. I eat breakfast. Today I had ground beef and eggs. And I read a page from the Daily Stoic, which is just a book with some daily Stoic wisdom. I reviewed our sales on Superstar SEO and my purchases on Legit. I need to catch up on SEO for Legit. I did some more of that today. Had a brief meeting with our customer success director, our new customer success director. She's doing a wonderful job. I had a meeting with a potential summit I could speak at. I think I'm going to decline it, though, because it just wasn't a good fit. Is the nicest way I know how to put it. And then I prepared for this live stream, and now I'm doing this live stream. I also need to record 2 YouTube videos that the script is ready for. I forgot to put that on there for the 2nd day in a row. And then I just review any messages I have outstanding. I have to post to Facebook. I'm really going hard on my Facebook. I want to get to 1 million views a month. And I'm so far it's working. I'm at about 500,000 for the last 28 days. And I need to post the Think Big challenge in Slack. I had a bunch scheduled. It's perfectly clear. I'm sorry that you can't see it, but it's perfectly clear. Okay, just adjust your screen or something. I post the Think Big challenge in Slack, and I need to refine my new SaaS. Legit Facebook group. What about it? Oh, you mean no? I mean my personal Facebook. And then our evening routine is dinner, downtime, read for at least 60 minutes. I finished one book and I need to start another. Yeah, my personal Facebook is what I'm talking about there. And then we do our bedtime ritual that leads me to get my 10 plus hours of sleep. So that is our schedule for today. Let's exit that and head over to Legit. We'll check out the dashboard, the AI dashboard. Let's just go full screen on this. Suggest some books. Okay, give me just a minute. In fact, I have a whole video on that on my channel, but I'll suggest some. You can see I updated our analytics. Apparently, you do need to manually refresh that. I'm going to get that to where it does it automatically, but you can see green across the board. I haven't set up revenue goals. That's why that's at 0. Well, plus, technically, I haven't made any revenue. Search console, you can see average position is 5. Total clicks is 50. And that's over the last, I'm not sure. I think that's over a week. And here we got lots of number ones. Now, the caveat is this is pulling in the maps ranking in a lot of cases. So while some are indeed number 1 organic, some of them are not. So I need to get that. That's still being worked on. And then there's these down here. And the only thing we have in progress right now is our domain authority stack, and that is due in a couple of weeks. So hopefully it'll be before then, though. So there's that. Let's check out. Let's see. Let's go over to Google, and we're going to log into Google Business and check on, see if those calls are coming through Google Business. Now, I don't know that I fully trust that, but it's the best we have at the moment. Sign in. I wonder what that little red dot means. Does anybody know? Does that mean there's an edit to be made? If so, I don't know what. It must be that. Now, whatever. Let's see our profile. And performance. Hey, and it's finally showing some search here. Home remodeling Pueblos. Excuse me, the number 1 search. Pueblo home remodeling is number 2. So suck it, guy that said that nobody would type in Pueblo. 71 Court Street, Pueblo, Colorado. Somebody actually searching the address is number 3. That's interesting. I never saw that before. Then home remodeling Pueblo again. That's Pueblo. Somebody's spelling it wrong. And then adding the CO, which is definitely not me. Home remodeling Pueblo, Court Street, Pueblo, Colorado. Home remodeling Pueblo with 2 L's and then all one word. So yeah, again, suck it, guy who said that nobody would search with Pueblo in it. Any calls? Still 0. So they must be coming through the website. Bookings, no. Directions, 20. Website clicks, 31. All right, let's look in our Gmail and see if we got any leads there. I haven't been checking that. Where is it? Gmail. Yelp. The guy from Yelp called me yesterday as well. This is probably bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. This one might be real. I'm Evan Miles. I recently came. I'm looking to remodel my kit. There we go. Another lead, and that was 2 days ago. So we're getting leads. What about this one? Blah blah blah. SEO. Oh God! And this is why people hate our industry. Guest post on local media. Yeah, who cares? And get more customers. Yeah, this is the Yelp guy that called me yesterday. That's funny. Yeah, but we did get another lead through email as well. And let's look in promotions just in case. You know, social, nope. Any in spam? Good Lord. Building and construction. Yeah, confirm spam. Bookkeeping. Yeah, if you've ever wondered why people hate SEO, this is why. So yeah, don't be these people. All right, so that's good. Now let's take a look in. Let's start with local dominator first. If you want to use your local dominator, you can just go to superstarseo.com/local-dominator. That's an affiliate link. If you are the kind of person that gets upset that I use affiliate links, just go directly to the site. Larry says at 11:50 p.m. last night, I got the email about suspended GMB is now active. I texted the customer at midnight. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Glad that worked out. So let's log in. Log in. Scans. Where'd they all go? Scan. Here we go. Scans. It was down for over 2 months and the appeal took 2 weeks. I'm glad for you. I'm going to say I'm surprised that it worked. Because generally they do not give a fuck. All right, let's update. I'm not expecting major changes, but we'll see. Growth gurus. Oh, good Lord. How can I render my service on legit as a freelancer? It was a legitimate business. I had the docs. They wanted it as proof. That's good. Generally, they still don't give a shit, though, in my experience. So you're fortunate. I think this went up a little bit. Home remodeling yesterday was 2.74. Today it's 2.61. So that's good. 2.83 for home remodeling near me. Nothing too exciting here. It doesn't look like. I mean, it's exciting in the sense that it's good, but it's not improved all that much. And home remodeling, yeah. How do you get an address and get the GABP verified? Let me grab the video where I did that because this has been asked numerous times. There's actually two. There's one where I did it and it worked, and there's one where I tried again and it didn't. Live. I think he was asking me. All right. So. All right. Here's one. This is where I try and fail. And this is where we actually did it. But basically, you find a location on the map and you click edit and add a missing place. So, all right. So let's do a couple of, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but let's do a couple bright local searches to make sure that we're getting some good readings. Move this over here. And let's put this back over here and put this over here. I'm rearranging my windows, and apparently I need to narrate that. So, all right. All right. So first of all, let's just look up bright local rank checker. And the main one I want to, well, the main two I want to see are home remodeling and home remodeling near me. Where did it go? Lots of ads. I don't remember there being that many ads before. Probably because I pushed people out. Number one at maps. Number one organic. I think our Yelp took a shit though. I think that they probably disabled it. We need to check that. Because that was ranking number one before. Why is it? Oh, because I did that. All right. And let's do it again. It really annoys me that you can't, like, you have to refresh the page to do it again. Pueblo. Search. And there definitely were not this many ads before. Still number one there. Number one there as well. I think we pushed them out of number one. So get fucked. So that probably explains why we're getting so many calls, because that is a heavy call term. All right. So let's stop sharing that. And why is my screen not sharing? Why is it? What's going on? Share screen. Why can I not show I'm not on the stage? That's why. What the fuck? Oh, okay. They changed the way that works. They didn't make it any better, but they did change the way it worked. All right. What was I going to do? I think that's about it. So let's talk about how to monitor. Well, actually, there was a question, wasn't there? There was a book question. Yeah, let me share. Let me show my channel. Present, share screen, window, here, YouTube. Oops. Your channel and videos. And it's right here. It's 2 videos ago. So you can check that out, Ahmad. And I think if you go to, if you just want a list, I think it's in the description. Yeah. So you can also go right here in the description and see some of them. I should go in and put my affiliate links next to those. All right. So yeah, so that's that. All right. So let's talk about the different ways to monetize a site like this, because I feel bad that all these calls are going to waste. So let's go online whiteboard. What is it? Shannon says, hi, everyone. Hello, Shannon. Well, this is not encouraging. Come on. All right. Well, so basically, there are 3 ways. Why can I not add a fucking. All right. Good Lord, this is tedious. There are basically 3 or 4 ways you can monetize a site like this where there's not a quote unquote real business attached to it. And the first one is by, I guess we'll call it pay per call. This is sort of like affiliate where you just sign up for a network and they pay you per call, hence the name. They give you a tracking number and then you just get paid per call. And each call is worth a different amount to you and you get paid at the end of the month or whatever. There's a few networks like that we're going to look at here in a second. Let's look at another one. The next model is, we'll just call it lead generation. Why did it not? This tool sucks. Well, whatever. You can see that. It says lead generation. Why the fuck did it not let me? There we go. So number 2 is lead generation. This is where basically the same thing, but you go out and you sell a business on the lead, selling the leads themselves. You just bill them every month. We're going to get to that, Ahmad. And then number 3 is one that I'm probably not going to do for this case study. If I can find the damn. There we go. You can tell how often I've used these types of things. Is rank and rent. Now, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can just change the contact information and maybe the branding on the site to where the leads just go directly to the client and you just charge a flat monthly fee. Or you can use a plugin, at least in WordPress, where it will put a 8 iframe over your site of theirs. When they click on your site and search results, it'll show their site. And that's another way you can go about it. I don't find that particularly reliable, but it is what it is. So those are the 3. We're going to start with this one. Now, there's a bunch of pay-per-call networks, but let's just see what Google has to say about it. I guess I don't need incognito for that. So let's do this one. Well, that site sucks. Pay-per-call networks. The one that I was most familiar with was Ring Partner and Aragon Advertising. But let's just take a look at a couple of them. So we'll go over to Ring Partner. No, I don't want their Facebook page. I was looking into this earlier today, and they've been bought out by a company called BuyerLink, which is, I guess they do the same thing. But basically, you just you can, well, if you're a business, you can buy leads through them, or if you are a lead generator, you can sell leads to them. So you just sign up, and they tell you how much it is per lead and things like that. It doesn't really, to me, I didn't find the site particularly easy to navigate. So maybe that's just me being a dumbass. I don't know. But there's that one. There's one that I was a member of years and years ago, and apparently they closed my account because I certainly could not figure out how to log into it. And that's Aragon Advertising. Same kind of thing. It's basically a pay-per-call network. This is when I used to do video, like rank and rent. That was who I used. I tried to find my password. Let me see if it ever came through. Damn it. Yeah. All right. So let's see if I still have an account here. No. I have no idea what this would be. All right. Well, anyhow, there's another one. He says lead smart. Let's take a look at that one. I was hoping it would be here, but share a sale. I didn't know they did that, but apparently they do. So let's Google that one. Lead smart. It's been a long time since I used this method. So if I seem a little, is this it, Ahmad? Lead smart technologies? It doesn't seem like it is. This one. Yeah, you see they have handyman and a bunch of other types remodeling services, so it's perfect for us. So we should probably try to join as a contractor. Yep, that's it. Wow, this is a really well made site. You see, you just go in and they're going to ask you about a few different things, or maybe it's just join as an affiliate. Yeah, yeah, and you just put in your information there, and so on. And there's one that somebody else recommended to me earlier today that I have a call with because I don't know why you have to have a fucking call, but I guess that's the way of the world in 2025. Service Direct, same kind of thing. This one I liked because they had this little calculator thing. Where is it? That's not it. I have it in my email. Let me see if I can find it. But anyway, I think you get the idea, right? Like, basically, you sign up and then you just send the leads over to them. Yeah, here we go. It's incredibly slow, but all right. So category, remodel. So remodeling, kitchen remodeling, and bath remodeling, because we're getting all of those kinds of leads. City is Pueblo. And a bid amount is whatever. And you can see average bid for a lead the last few days has been $46.36. And the range is 666 to 59.56. So that's encouraging, right? That tells me that these leads would be worth $50 a lead, which is fantastic. So there's that one. And then let's look at see if any more. I didn't know Offer Vault had this. I'd be surprised. Oh, I guess they do. Pay per call offers, huh? I've only ever used them for affiliate offers in the past. I'm honestly not a fan of these types of sites, but yeah, it looks like they have some as well. furniture restoration, window glass, window replacement. So this could be a place where you start, look at that, bathroom remodeling. This could be a place where you start your research if you want to think about it that way. Like, obviously, if you're going to do this as an intent to like sell these, because we didn't really start with that intention, but you're going to want to make sure that there's somebody to buy them. So this is a good way to find that. So I could easily just log in and run this offer, and I may just do that because I do have a share sale account, or at least I used to. And I'll try that later. But yeah, that's method number one. Does anybody have any questions on that or anything to add to that before we talk about the next method? I'll give it a minute or two while we do that. Let me see if I missed any questions on Facebook that won't annoy me, because I did get a how do I get legit question. I'd appreciate some interaction though, so let me know if that's Ahmad asks, you mentioned 3 ways of monetization. Which one do you think is the best or most profitable? It really doesn't. I know this is the SEO answer, but it depends. It just depends on what you want to do. I know people that crush it with all of these. So there really is no best, in my opinion. So the next one is lead generation. Now this is very similar in that you are selling the leads to individuals, but what in this case you would just go out and find them yourself. So, for example, in our case, I could take Evan here and go over to like Ace Interiors or Easy Home Construction or Build with Cut Above, or probably this guy, Pueblo Modeling. And I could say, hey, look, man, I'm outranking you because I'm better at SEO than you are. But I'm willing to give you the leads because I don't even really want them. Should I send them to you or should I send them to one of your competitors? Now, obviously, you wouldn't really be that sarcastic and obnoxious about it, but basically, you would just call them up, tell them, I'm getting leads through this site and I don't need them. I'd be happy to send them to you at 50% or at $50 a lead or whatever you want. That's something you're interested in. So compare. Well, I guess at the end, what we'll do is we'll compare the different models and the pros and cons of each. But the good thing about this is you could even, instead of like, this is new. No, that's our page. I wonder what that's interesting. I don't know what the hell that is. Did our page get hacked or something? Why is this showing in? Oh, I see. Whoops. All right. Well, let's switch back to Chris. Anyhow, you could come down. There's our video again to like page 4 and go, hey, since nobody's ever gonna, there's not even any real business. Here we go to Harvey's Construction. Be like, hey, since no one's ever seeing your site, I'm guessing that you're broke as a joke. Would you like some of the leads that I'm getting? I'll charge you just $50 a lead. Could be worth thousands of dollars to you. Is that something you're interested in or not? Again, you want to have a much better sales approach than that, of course. But that's kind of the concept on number 2 here, lead generation. Is basically you're just selling leads. You just set up a tracking number so you can see them and you can listen to the calls to make sure they are good leads. And you can also that way make sure that if they complain that they're not closing, you can make sure it's not their fault and not yours. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. Another way is to just start without telling them, just pick somebody you want to work with and just start sending them the leads and not tell them. And then after like 2 weeks, be like, hey, have you been getting more leads than usual? Yeah. Want that to continue? Then pay me. If not, I'll send them to your competitor. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Again, don't be that obnoxious, but that's kind of another way you can go about it. and so on. Thoughts on Moz? I haven't used it in years. I think that they didn't keep up with the times. Anne, hello, Anne, says, I sell our spare lead we can't service to another lawyers. They pay me 15 to 20% of what they collected on a case. I think you need to have a law firm to do that. Yeah, I mean, for law leads, I wouldn't do this model for law, but yeah, that's basically the same concept. Is you're getting leads that you can't or handle or don't want. Like as a law firm, you probably specialize in a particular area of law. Say, I don't know that this is what you do, but just say you focus on accident law. If you got a, I don't know, family, whatever they call it, law, you probably don't do that, and you would send them over to a lawyer, and then vice versa. I'd give a free 2-week period or something, get them. Yeah, it's kind of the same concept. You can do it that way too, right? Call and say, hey, I can send you leads for 2 weeks for free. If they're good, you can keep them, no charge. And then after that, if you want more, we'll keep going. If not, then no harm, no foul. Your competitor will be happy to take them. Medical and law, I wouldn't mess with. Yeah, me neither. I mean, they're going to be stupid hard anyway. And plus, there's just all kinds of regulations, at least in America. What do you recommend? Ahrefs, SEMrush, Majestic? Do I even need them? I would just pick one. If I only had to pick one, as much as I don't like them as a business, I would pick Ahrefs because they have the best tool, even though I just don't like their business practices, particularly their pricing. But you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Ahrefs has a starter plan. I just got it. It's much less. Search for it and find it. There you go. And then, was there, before I move on, does anybody have any questions, comments, or thoughts on that model? If not, we'll move on. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions over on Facebook. No? Okay. Well, then the final model is rank and rent. This probably my least favorite one, but it can still be redonkulously profitable. Tyler says, this is good stuff. Interested to hear rank and rent model. Optimized sites a while ago and noticed the ranking, so time to rent them out. I somehow ended up on your email list, and now I'm here. Oh, well, I'm glad you ended up on my email list. My guess is you probably downloaded our SEO guide, and that's how you ended up on our email list, but I'm glad you're here. Yeah, the way the rank and rent model works, is basically, instead of selling per lead, you just get a monthly fee for the site. Upsides to that is it doesn't matter if it generates calls. I mean, it does in the sense that they won't keep paying if it doesn't, but it's predictable. It's not a per call basis. So if it's a slow month, they'll probably stay, but you're not dependent on the number of calls being stupid high to get decent amount. Downside is that I find it hard to explain to people sometimes. Maybe that was just me, but I never came up with a solid pitch to sell it. But that's that. And then the other thing that I dislike about all of these models, although it's what I'm going to start doing since I've proven that I can crush out rankings like a boss, is that you don't get paid until you have something ranking. Where with client SEO, you can call somebody up or they can call you, or however you find them, and you can get paid after one conversation. With this, you have to get something ranking and generating leads before you ever make any money. So that's kind of the downside. As for how you do rank and rent, there's 2 things you can do. Let's bring up our site. Got to go to page 1 to find ours. Yeah, so where is it? Website. Yeah, so there's a few things you can do. You can change it to where your forms just automatically go to there, or at least copy over to their CRM or their email or however you want to collect them. That's one way you can go about it. You can also use a call forwarding number. So you can just, on the back end, I can just forward this call this tracking number over to their phone, and that way they get the calls instead. Or you can rebrand the site and put like their name on it and things like that. Or you can use a rank and rent plugin like, where is it? Definitely don't use that guy. We have one on legit. I guess it's probably been removed. Let's just do this way. Yeah, I guess he must have taken it down. All right. Well, you can find a rank and rent Lightbox plugin where basically it will put an iframe over your site and do that. Basically, you put it on, and then like when you click on, say this, it would drop an iframe over your site of this one, and then the leads would go to them that way. That's another way to do it. I don't recommend that because it's really confusing to customers. And if it breaks, then you're just sending traffic to nowhere. It's just a lot to keep going. So I wouldn't even bother with that. But I wanted you to know about it because it is a way to do it. But if you're going to do that, I suggest just changing where the leads go on the site and going that way with it. Let me see if I can find, it was missing link. I guess he doesn't sell it anymore. Yeah, he doesn't have that for sale anymore, which is unfortunate. You can try this one. I haven't used it myself, so I can't attest to it. Maybe I'll just go make one of my own. Would there be interest in that? I can just go pop one out in Lovable or something like that. And I'll just do that myself. Fuck it. But yeah, for now, you can try this one. I don't know this guy. I've never seen this site before today. But there's that one. Do not use the one that shows up for the most searches, though. That guy's a con man. All right. Let's see. Recommended the custom home building niche. It's funny you say that because I think you're probably new to the channel because that's exactly what we've been working on. I mean, that's not exactly what we've been working on, but it's pretty close. We have a home remodeling lead gen site that's generating several leads a week. Tracking the calls and dealing with spam calls would be hard. I would personally just do a flat fee model. That is another advantage to doing the rank and rent model, is that, and I guess you could do a flat fee as well, but it doesn't tend to work that many when you're selling leads. When you're selling leads, at least I don't know anybody that does it that way. I shouldn't say that I don't know that it works well, but that's that. Are you married, Chris? I see most of the time you work. Any suggestion on how I do the same? I'm not married. It doesn't mean I'm single, but I'm not married. I don't really like talking about that publicly. Like that's the one thing I keep for myself, but no, I'm not married. Any suggestion on how I can do the same? You just have to structure your time intelligently. So figure out how much time you can dedicate to work and how much time you can dedicate to sleep. Or like a better way is set aside at least 8 hours for sleep, and then figure out what responsibilities you can't get out of if you are married and you have children. Block aside an hour a day for each of them because that requires work too. And then just fill in the rest of the hours with work. That's probably the simplest way. Power Rangers MX5.7 says that's awesome. Thank you. So let's go take a look at our Yelp and see what happened there. We want Yelp for business. Yelp for business. Biz.yelp.info. Did our thing get removed? Info. Where did it go? How do I see it as public? I fucking hate this site. Claimed. I wonder why it stopped ranking. Is it still indexed? Ah, that's why. Challenge accepted. All right. Well, let's get that bad boy indexed again. And we're going to go tools.indexmenow.com. Log in. New project. And you can see, by the way, that social profile thing we did, we got 70% of them indexed. So that's good. That's a good rate. I need to come back. In fact, let me go do that too. Let's go get our Web 2.0s from Legit and get those indexed as well. And then we'll talk about what's going to come next. Good turnout today. Looks like a lot of people on X today. If you're on X and you're watching this, please say hello. Where is it? Web 2.0. Delivery. Download. Open. Web 2.0s. Let's grab these. And try to get them indexed as well. Oops. Save. And that should hopefully get those indexed relatively fast if they're not already. The main one we want to get indexed is Yelp. Bikash says, thanks, Chris. Any suggestion for low-hanging niche and population suggestions? I wouldn't go, I think this is something Larry said, and I think it's wise, is I wouldn't go below 100,000. As far as niches, I think I probably should have taught this in the beginning, but let's go back to share. Sale. Where is it? Let's look at my history. History. Oh, Offer Vault. I don't know. Was it? Where the fuck is it? Oh, I didn't realize that Share a Sale had been bought by Offer Vault. Interesting. But yeah, what I would do is go back. No. Something like this, and just look at the different niches that are available. Interactive male gay dating. This is not the one that we looked at before. Roof tiles, things like that. That would be one good way to go about it. Am I late to the party? No, it's not a party until you get here. How do you like the starter plan? Does it have everything? Oh, you're talking about Ahrefs. It's been okay. We're running out of credits. You want a niche where cost per lead is over $10? Yeah, I would agree with that. And even 10 is probably a bit on the low end, I would think. Oriental rug cleaning. I bet that's easy to pick off. So I'm gonna like start doing this. Like I did this just for the sake of this case study, but it's been so easy that like, you know, why wouldn't I? So yeah, much less price. So yeah, that's how I would go about that. Is just look on these sites like pay per call networks. If you're struggling for niche ideas, and just look through some of these and see what they have. I think that's probably going to be a good way to figure out a niche. All right. Any more questions or comments on that? We've already been here for an hour, but I want to talk about what we're gonna. Well, first of all, let's look at the chat from yesterday, the chat GPT from yesterday. Where did it go? Think big. That's weird. Let me refresh. Here it is. For location, you want a location where there are enough competitors, where there's incentive for a business to want to buy the leads. Yeah, if you're going to go direct to a customer, like that way, if you're going to just use a pay-per-call network, then I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do you think SEO business model is better than the traditional SMMA model? Are you a Ty Lopez guy? I'm just wondering because like he teaches SMMA and you have the supercar. So just made. I'm not criticizing. I bought a bunch of his stuff. It just depends on what you're good at. Like businesses need social media and they need SEO. I think that SMMA, the upside is that they aren't seen as a bunch of fucking scumbags like we are. Becker, well, I'm a Becker guy too. They aren't seen as a bunch of fucking scumbags like SEO is. I'm not saying SEO is a bunch of fucking scumbags. I'm not saying it's not either, but the perception is definitely that. The downside to SMMA, in my opinion, is it's very hard to prove ROI, especially if you're doing organic social media like Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram and all that stuff. I find that was always why I didn't do it because I didn't know how I could prove that what I did was worth it. Like I know it is. I didn't know like how I could tie that to revenue very easily. So that's why I never got into it. That and the fact that I'm not that creative. Like I can sell on my own stuff, but not so much on not so much in somebody else's. I was thinking about that the other night that the real like G's of like copywriting are the guys that can sell like tomato soup and women's shoes and computers and whatever. And I'm not that guy. So that's why I never went into SMMA. But it just depends on your skill set, I guess. Becker. Yeah, I was in Becker's. I've been bought a couple of his courses back in the day. In fact, one of the ways I got into client SEO was through a course of Becker's called Source Phoenix. And then I was in his Black Card Mastermind for a while too. Why do rank and rent sites rank fast at number one? I wouldn't say that that's necessarily true. If you do the EMD model, it does. EMD, if you don't know, stands for exact match domain. It does give you an advantage as far as speed. Now, it doesn't give you an advantage overall, meaning that a non-EMD can rank just as well. It might just take a little longer, and it does have its downsides. But I assume that's what you mean, is that this type of site. And if so, I think it's just for the fact that it's new and the fact that it's an EMD. I think that's why the speed helps or happens. So that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. That was somebody's sign off. I think that might have been Bill Maher. I don't remember though. But anyhow, yeah, if you remember, I asked about if I asked yesterday what we should do next. And they asked one of the popular responses was this client getting SEO client getting. And I may do that. I want to keep doing this rank and rent study because, well, frankly, it gets you guys to buy stuff. But I think I'm going to do both in real time. I just have to figured out exactly what I want to do, like what approach I want to take with this. But if anybody has any thoughts, comments, or suggestions, let me know. And I'm going to go ahead and share this GPT. I feel like I owe that to you guys who sat here and waited with me yesterday. So I'm going to copy that link. We used deep research on it, and it took literally an hour. So, but I'd be interested to hear on if I were to do, what was that thing? If I was to do a client case study, what, like, just what feedback do you have, or what would you want to see, or whatever? And by the way, the legit Slack is starting to pick up some, so join that too. But yeah, please give me your feedback on what you would like for me to do as far as client getting. And this is that. Where was it? He's Power Ranger says, starter, how do you get good at SEO effectively? What do you wish you knew when you started? I wish I had a guide like this one right here. That's completely, well, it's going to ask for your email, but it's not going to cost you any money. And this is exactly what we did on this case study that we looked at today. And it ranked in less than a month. And I think it's been a month today that I started on it, and it's generating leads like a boss. So just download that and go through it. There's an upsell of a course that's $27 that shows how to do it too, if you prefer that kind of training, or you can go back and watch this playlist on your channel, on this channel as well. I'll put that on the screen. So yeah, please go download that. Also, I just put out a video today on client getting, how to start selling your services and make your first 10K a month. If you want to start an agency, you can use this video, but the one I put out today is how to start selling your services and make your first 10K a month. I put a lot of work into this. I've got some really good editors, so I'd appreciate if you watch. My videos, for some reason, take 24 hours before they take off, but it's only about 10 minutes long. I think you'll enjoy it. Larry checked it out earlier, so he can attest. I still had the full beard at the time. But check that out. Check out go.legit.com/download for the complete free guide. And I forgot to do a super chat today. Oh, well. All right. I think that's going to do it for today. Anybody have any last minute comments or questions or anything I can help with before I wrap it up? Take care, all. Thank you for the stream. Great stream. Thank you. Hey, if you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe and turn on notifications. We do these every single day, at least for the next month and a half, closer to 2 months. And we put out a new video every week and a short every day. So we're really churning out the content to give you the value. So I look forward to that. We'll talk more about the client case study tomorrow. We'll talk more about renting this site tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for your time. I know you're all very busy and you could have been anywhere else in the world. You chose to spend some time here with me. That's something I will always appreciate and never take for granted. So thank you. Until tomorrow, peace.